Hi, hello everybody. So before starting, a note to self. When you write something down, try to first read it out loud, because pivoting from B2C to B2B looks like something Scooby-Dooby-Doo would say. Yeah, this was the largest investment in health and fitness industry in CE at the time, so just to not make people confused maybe, in a sense. So basically, today I'm going to try to tell you a story of how a simple internal initiative that we wanted to present to our employees and wanted to work with our employees had a really nice ripple effect throughout the company and throughout the product and also on the market. But before telling you that, a bit of a context. So on Rolla, we are a 70-person startup from Mostar. We are in health and fitness, and as you heard, we had a big investment a couple of years ago, and we try to take health and fitness very seriously. And the value proposition that we had is that we have a holistic health and fitness app that makes it really simple to follow everything you need on your daily basis with 3 basic numbers and through a gamified approach. So how this started is that basically, as any IT company that thinks anything good about itself, we had some basic benefits that we gave to our employees, and throughout the time we kind of adjusted those benefits to the culture that we want to build, and also to the industry that we are in. But then, at the, let's say a year and a half ago, we had this need because one of the products at the time, we were B2C focused, and one of the products that we were building and that we built was the virtual world, and so basically a game that we have. And as you know, the games produce a lot of bugs, and our QA team couldn't discover them all, let's say. And what we wanted to do is to, let's say, push our employees kind of to test the game, to test the virtual world, but also to reap the benefits from it, let's say. And what we did, we made let's say, an HR initiative or internal initiative, basically exchanging active points for working hours. And what it got us, it basically got that a team of IT developers, not so much famous for activities, started working out. And they not only started working out, but they started to kind of, the mood in the company changed. You know, people started talking more, hanging out more, talking about some positive habits and things like that. And we really liked it. And of course, we got a lot of feedback on the product, on the bugs, or some suggestions on what to improve it. But what really made it kind of level up in this sense was when we did a very, very simple thing, and we put a basic table in the hallway of the company where it says how many points a colleague has. And then what it did is that people started competing against each other. They didn't want their colleague to overtake them, or they wanted to overtake another colleague. And it kind of lifted the mood and the culture even a bit more. And what we did there, we said, like, it came out of the blue. That wasn't the initial intention, but it says, like, if we have this in the company and we put it in a product, it seems like a very good expansion to what we already have. And what we did is we expanded the product with another module that was the challenges module that can basically capture this, what we discovered within our company, that can capture it inside the app as well. And when we did that as well, it got us thinking, this seems like a good product for companies. We are building the product currently at the time in a B2C way. To do it, there is a whole lot of things that we need to do in currently and in the future. And the moment that we can go on the market in B2C is far away in the future. As I said, we're a 70-person startup. To do all of that and to pay that throughout the time is not that, let's say, easy. But we already have something for a B2B customer, and we wanted to explore that. So what we did is we did a couple of pilots, almost a dozen pilots with friendly companies, with companies that were around us, let's say, to test if now what we have in the app with the new module and everything pivoted in a way that colleagues compete against themselves and all the benefits that it brought to us, does it make sense? And we did like a 3-month pilot with them with constant feedback one-on-one and in groups and everything. And we saw like this really makes sense. We went on the market to see what were the well-being products that are being sold on the market in a B2B world. And we saw that the baseline of them is much below than what we already have. So the point was, we are ready for B2B market, but there's still a lot of time that we need to do. So AI insights, notifications, smart analytics, some other things, scaling our variable that we have to go to B2C market. And then it's fine. In the interim, let's go B2B while keeping like a solid revenues and building up to B2C, which is the end goal of the app in the end. And basically, so after that, what we did is that we wanted to test the model that we have with B2B, basically with a virtual sales team that we formed. Basically, there were 0 salespeople in the company at the time, and we said, okay, a couple of us with a couple of extroverts, let's come together. And let's find some warm leads that we have around us or in the region, and let's go there, usually to HRs or some C-level decision makers, go there, present the product and see how they feel. That gave us a lot of, let's say, smart things that we found out regarding that, and some presumptions that we had didn't turn out like that in the reality. Basically, what we found out is that it's not easy to get a meeting. The cycles of budgeting are 1 year, so if you miss a fiscal year, you can say goodbye to that company mostly for that year. So the sales cycle is pretty long. But on the other hand, when you get a meeting, the feedback that you get from the people that are inside is that they love the product, they want it, they cannot do it now, or they want to do it now, and then we start onboarding and that. But like, the feeling was much better than we thought of it. The process to get to the end is much worse than we thought of it. But we now understood that the model works, but we had a hurdle that basically for our app to work, you need a wearable. And at the time, we were only able to integrate our own wearable that we have, a Rolla band. And then what do you do now? You come to a company and you say, okay, you want to take it for 200 people? Fine, pay 200 times 100 euros to start working with a, let's say, not so known brand, especially when going outside of our country. So the thing is that we had to do to open up the market and to get more people to at least test it before deciding to buy the bands as well, not only the licensing that we have each month, is to integrate. And then we, just like a couple of months ago, we did the integration with Garmin and Apple Watch, and we keep integrating other wearables because we want to be agnostic to any wearable. And then so we can, let's say, pilot with the companies that we're in a sense that whoever has a wearable in the company gets a free period of a couple of months for them to test it and to come back to their managers or whoever is the decision maker, say yes, we want this in our company. So what we want is to give them the opportunity to understand the full benefits that the product has before their company wants to buy it. Yeah, and that's about it in this part. And I wanted to do let's say, full circle, because everything I talked about now was happening in 2024. So from the start of the first idea to the, let's say, understanding of the initiative, to pivoting and to starting of the sales. And then somehow at the end of the last year, we said, okay, the year before we had this exchange of active points for working hours. And it served us really good. It gave us some really good, let's say, because we connected people to the product in every day and rewarded them for something, it gave us something that is really, it gave something back also to the company, not only to the people. And then we were thinking about, okay, how can we make it even better this year? Active points are kind of competitive. you overtake. Your position is based on how well somebody else does. But in the app, there is something that is where you compete against yourself. So it's a level playing ground. Everybody is included in the same way because you compete with your previous self of the last 30 days on 5 key metrics that you have. So even if you're a couch potato or if you're a triathlete, there's the same level playing field to come to the level and to win most points each day. So basically what we did, because we wanted to double down and show internally, but also externally how much we value this as a module, that we said, like each month, whoever crosses over a certain threshold of health score gets first Friday off, or 2 Fridays off, or all Fridays off for that month. I didn't work last Friday because I got off the first threshold, and these Podim parties are not doing well for me for the next month, so I don't think I'm going to get a Friday off in the next one. Because basically this rewards you for movement, for not drinking and not going to late parties, for not eating late, and for sleeping well. And yeah, that's about it. What I wanted to say with this is that we wanted to do another circle and another ripple effect that we did in 2024 with this. This one got us not that much feedback because we already know the internal one there, but what it got us is decreased sick leaves. That when we started to put together year on year first 4 months of 2025 compared to first 4 months of 2024, we got a decrease in 29% of sick leave. So just people moving more, like Katarina was saying at the beginning, moving more, taking care of themselves can get a really good impact on the company, let's say even bottom line in this sense of productivity with this. Yeah, that's about it. I came a bit before time, but it's the last one, so you're not gonna be sorry for that. Anyway, we're gonna follow our journey in the future, just to see where this takes us as well, and we're gonna be very listening to what benefits it brings to Rolla in the future, and I calling you to follow our journey as well. And if you want to keep talking, we can do it later, or you can contact me on LinkedIn, and we will. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you, Igor. Based on your experience so far, what would be, like, business-wise, the biggest advantage of a B2C model and the biggest advantage of a B2B model?
B2C is make it or break it. You have to, in this world, you have to get a bulletproof product to be able to go there and to do it. It's pretty, in this industry and with the app that we are making, it's pretty difficult to do. What I mean, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of testing and things like that. And B2B, like when we said, I'm just talking about our case, when we saw who is the competition in the B2B market, we say, like, this product is much better than what's on there. We're ready for this now. That was our case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. It's a packed market, so you got to be wise and right on spot. Thank you, Igor, very much.